What was my best make of 2022? What crazy things do I have planned for 2023? Let's find out. But first, it's cold out, y'all. Let's get cozy.
Cozy. Cozy. Cozy!
I feel like it's this point in the holiday special where I'm supposed to break out into song. I've got a lovely bunch of coconuts. Hey y'all, Jackie here and welcome to Fantastical Follies, where we goof off and sew things. Since it's the end of the year and everyone's busy, and since I needed a little sewing breather after the mantua craziness, I thought it'd be nice to slow down a little and have a fireside chat with y'all. In this video, I'll talk briefly about what's happened this year and give you a sneak peek behind the curtain of what you voted was my best make of 2022. Finally, I'll share with you some of the plans I have for this channel for 2023, and there will be bonus footage of my parents' dog Crosby for anyone who makes it to the end of the video. So grab your favorite hot beverage, settle down under some blankets, and let's get freaking cozy. Okay, so the logistics of filming all this stuff in front of a real fire were kind of mind-blowing, so I'm going to sit in front of a fake fire instead and let editing Jackie do what she does best. Keep it clean, Jax. Looking back at 2022. Okay, let's talk about this crazy year I've had. There have been ups and downs for sure. I think I started 2022 with maybe 30 subscribers. Then toward the end of January, YouTube picked up my curdle video from the previous fall, and we haven't looked back since. As I'm filming this, I'm approaching a whopping 700 subscribers. It blows my mind. I started this channel because I couldn't find any 17th century content while doing research for my novel, and kept going because of the community that we've built here. I could not have done it without you. I say this in all of my videos, but I genuinely appreciate each and every one of you for taking the time to hang out with me, whether you're just passing through or decide to stick around. You make doing this worth it, and I love you for it. So thank you for getting me this far. In the last couple of weeks, I've been running polls to see what your favorite make of mine was for 2022. So let's take a look at some of my finer moments during the past year while I made some of the contenders. Two and a half yards, matey. Shiver me timbers.
I blow my nose at your bias tape, you so-called fantastical follies. You and all your silly sewing costumers.
That's right, they're tacos. The Tacosaurus is the taco's only natural predator. Whoa! Can we get a slow-mo on that? Oh man, look at that face, y'all. That is the paragon of beauty right there. And now, time for puffs! And the bread. Oh my god, y'all. Look at these sleeves, they're so puffy! Example A, the butt veil. It is not a veil that goes on your butt, okay? It is a veil that now looks like a butt. Hello and welcome to the Home Sewing Network. What do we have on sale for you today? That's right, friends, it's a spare half yard of fabric. Shipping now for free when you buy it with your original yardage. Cutting anxiety is the fear of cutting into your fabric before cutting into it. That was redundant. When will my reflection show what's really in my eyes?
Let's begin, pal.
I'm now dipping a sponge into my blood concoction and squeezing it over what I fondly refer to as my shelf, the natural landing spot for bits of food when I'm eating something messy, like brains. You've heard of the sleeves of power. No, you haven't. Ha! You've heard of the rings of power? Well, guess what? I've got the sleeves of power. That's right. So large they have the power to bend the entire universe to my will. Ha 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 ha! Even for swanning around the house like an ancient Greek deity. Then she's clipping it precisely, sanding the top, and inserting the boning into the stays, all while lamenting her existence in life. For the stomacher, what the f am I doing for the stomacher? Is it fitting right? I have no heckin' idea, so I'm just gonna go with it. And the results are in. I posted polls both on YouTube and on Instagram. And while the responses varied immensely between the two platforms, there was, even before the final poll, a clear favorite: my 1770s David Bowie costume. So I'm gonna go put this baby on, and while I do, we'll talk about the good, the bad, and the fugly. One of the major issues for me is this, the wig. It's a hot mess right now. Storing it is a pain because it's huge. Putting it on is even more of a pain because it's a lace front. I've done wigs a million times and they're really nice because you just pop your hair up, pop it on, pin it in, but because this is a lace wig, you have to glue it down. On one hand, that's really nice because it stays, but if you remember from the reveal that I did for the final Bowie video, I didn't know how to put lace wigs on. And it was something I should have tried before I filmed, but I was rushing. And so I ended up using glue stick instead of actual wig glue, and it was like 92 degrees at 9 a.m. when we filmed that whole thing, and I was sweating so bad that the glue was coming off. And it's a shame because I took so many good photos with my friend that day, and they're all crappy because you can see the wig coming off. I'm gonna go put this on. I will check back with you after I've got it on. Welcome to my not very well lit bathroom. So I've got the wig on. It took me, I don't know, almost an hour to get it on. I forgot that I need to use the blow dryer to help dry the glue. There are a lot of frizzies and I've screwed up the front. This is why I hate putting this wig on. One of the biggest problems I had wearing this out to places is that nobody actually recognized what I was doing. And so I think I need something that is very obviously David Bowie. So I'm gonna change my makeup. I'm gonna show you what I do. Instead of doing the circle and the makeup that is the exact replica of what is in the photo, I'm going to do the Aladdin Sane lightning bolt, which is still indicative of the time since this was all done during the Aladdin Sane tour. So I have foundation and some basic concealer on my face. We're gonna get started. So I'm using an old palette that I have. This is Urban Decay's Woodstock. I really love this color. It's a hot, hot pink, and I'm gonna use this blush brush and start filling in the dips under the cheekbones, on the temples. So got some right here. I want to kind of go under the nose a little to accentuate the shadows. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to do is mark the points of the lightning bolt. And it's been a while since I've done this. I'm really hoping I'm not doing it backwards. I think top of the left eye here. And then that line goes down across to here. So this is going to get covered up. And that goes down to here. Okay, so next I'm going to do my eye makeup. Now he has his eyebrows waxed out, but I'm not going to go through all of that. So apart from being unrecognizable, one of the other issues that I've had with this gown is just its size. It's huge. I can barely fit in my car. I'm going to use a darker pink for the eyes. So I can barely fit in my car both vertically and horizontally. I do drive a compact, which doesn't make my life any easier, but going places in this gown fully dressed is almost impossible. And so anywhere I go, I have to give myself extra time to change and do the wig, which, as I've just said, takes forever. So all in all, this is like a special occasion thing. It was fine at costume college since I had a hotel to go back to. But the pannier does not fit in my suitcase. And so instead of wearing the pannier at costume college, I had to bring my pocket hoops, which A, were not as wide, so it looked dumb, and B, kept collapsing, so it was really a pain in the butt. So one thing I would change is the pannier. I would have made it collapsible or somehow easily transportable. It is very fragile, and I have a hard time storing it in my apartment. There is just no space for it. So if you see it on Gertie all of the time in my videos, that's why, because that's like the only place I can put it. Alright, so now we're just going to use my eye pencil again and line my eyes. So I will say that some good things about the gown are I really love the way it turned out. I really love the way it looks on. I think that the soutache was the right way to go. It definitely gives the effect of the silver lines that are on the vinyl jumpsuit that he wears. We're also going to highlight, because he is highlighted out the wazoo. Here on the cheekbones, here obviously we don't want to get in the way of the lightning bolt, which is why I put that on first. And then right here, the nose, and then right here in the chin too, he's got kind of shiny happening there. I can't find my real makeup brushes. I have no idea where they are and I don't have time to look for them. So I'm just going to use like a standard lip brush for this. This is Mayron in red and blue. That's just what I'm going to use to do the lightning bolt. Another good thing about this gown is that it really translates well to historical. I've worn it to one historical event without the wig and the crazy makeup, and it worked just fine. And there wasn't a lot of like, what's going on with this? Like, it worked as a straight historical gown, which was my goal. And I don't know how many times I'm going to wear it as Bowie, but I will definitely be wearing it as a historical gown in the future. And it's comfortable, which is very important. I'm just trying to erase the line, the black line. I mean, there's a little bit of a depth there, but that's okay. Okay, red is done. This is a different eye pencil. This is a straight black eye pencil, and I'm going to use this to do the black lines. Now, the black lines go on this side, the outside of the right eye. So I'm going to make it a little bit thicker than I want it, because obviously the blue is going to go on the other side. This is not easy to do on yourself, like fitting a mantua. Then we're going to take the blue, we're going to make just a thin line on the other side. Okay, it is good enough. There's the Bowie makeup. Everything about the petticoat was wrong. First of all, it was the wrong fabric to use. This is cotton voile. It's too lightweight for this purpose. It's great if you're gonna do a chemise gown. It's great for lighter weight things, but as a petticoat over a pannier, it was a disaster. It doesn't lay right, and I had to make an entire under petticoat just to cover it up, because you can see not only the pannier, but everything else underneath it. Not only that, but it is very unstable. Look at this.
And this is just wearing it a couple of times. It's ripped. I've already repaired the other side here, so now I'm gonna have to repair this side as well. And also, using this silky brown ribbon was a bad idea because it just is so slippery, and that, I think, is part of the problem why it ripped. So what I'm doing now is I'm replacing it with some white cotton tape. Now, I think this tape is a little too thin for this, but at least it won't be slippery.
And now, for your viewing enjoyment, the Bowie Reboot. This gown was definitely a labor of love. If you were with me while I built all of the Bowie kit, you know that this was a project not without its problems, both because of my inexperience as a historical maker as well as outside influences. And while in some ways it really is a pain, it's so much fun to wear once I get everything on. And I think now with the lightning bolt makeup, it's a little more obvious what I am. What do you think? Let me know in the comments whether you think it makes me more recognizable or whether you prefer the original circular design. That's enough of the past. Now it's time to look ahead. I have some very fun projects planned for 2023. I'm calling this the year of red because at least 3 of the planned projects I'm making for next year are red. Possibly 4. First, let's talk about the ones I have planned for sure. There are 2 events I'm scheduled to attend this year, one in October and one in December. I'll be making outfits for both of those. The one in October is an 18th century ball, and I'll be making Scroop Patterns Angelica gown for it. The theme is as of yet unannounced, although I have a pretty firm idea what I want to do, and it involves a working guillotine. Off with your head! For the one in December, I'm going to be making a full Victorian kit. Expect combinations, petticoats, a lobster tail bustle, and yes, a corset. My first historical corset officially, though I've been making modern corsets for at least a decade. I haven't 100% decided what the gown is going to look like, but I'm leaning towards this lobster dress because lobsters! One of the other biggish projects you're going to see me do will be in early January or February at the latest. I'm going to be designing my own fantasy mage's costume, complete with swishy cloak and stays. This is the first of my historically inspired cosplays for my novel, and once it's done, I'll be rolling out some novel-specific comedy shorts. I'm really excited about that, especially because a lot of that costume is going to be stash busting. Coming soon too will be my very sparkly Hamilton Spencer if I ever finish it. A gorgeous Halloween gown fit for all you bleeding hearts and love cats. And if I have time, a historically accurate Captain Hook.
Because I have the hair already.
But what I'm most excited about is, drumroll please, the Viewer's Choice Project. That's right, I'm giving you, my lovely viewers, the chance to completely dictate one costume I'm going to make in 2023. Starting the first week of January, I'm going to be posting one small video once a month explaining what the monthly decision is going to be. After the video goes live, I'll upload a poll in my community tab, which you will then get to vote in. We'll be starting very broad and then narrowing down until we come up with a firm plan. Once the project is decided, I'll give the option to help me make decisions regarding the design, color, trim choices, etc. More details to come, but get excited, y'all. I know I am. All of these projects are for sure, but I'm also hoping to do another feminine 17th century look, my Renaissance Ezio Auditore cosplay, and a vintage Laney Tremaine, among other things. Will I actually get to it all? Probably not, but I like to give myself a challenge. Do you have anything planned for 2023 yet? Let me me know about what projects you're going to start or what you're working on right now. I love to hear about what everyone's doing. And if you're excited for any of these makes, please consider hitting that like button or subscribing if you haven't. These small things go a huge way toward getting my weird little channel seen. I hope everyone is enjoying their holidays no matter which it is they celebrate. And here's to wishing you all a Happy New Year's and cheers to 2023. May you keep your resolutions and may I keep my sanity. That's it for me, y'all. I appreciate you taking the time to watch. And while you enjoy this Fuzzy Crosby content, perhaps you'll consider checking this video out. Catch you later.
Come on, come on, come on.